Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim-flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Next is the question. Rich gentlemen have his voice. His digestion. We're practiced to try it. 3 packets a day. Our favorite diet. Just picture a great big steak. Right.
Say.
Okay, how about now?
Now we could hear it.
There we go.
There we go. Just in time, because you know what? Tony Segreto,
Yeah, what?
Jeff DeForrest, we all have our salads. We're 10 Palms Friday at Gulfstream, and now we are actually locked and loaded on the Let's Eat Facebook group. Tony Segreto, I'm about to send you a link so you can send it to all your friends and family, including the great Joey Cornblit out there, right?
Joey's watching, so we want to say hi to Joey.
Okay.
Feel better, Joey.
And now, again, we've got a vacationing Mike Lubie Lubitz, Ken the Professor filling in, and sometimes that leads to me taking sips of
Chaos.
my
That was good.
delicious Bloody Mary. Big weekend coming up here at Gulfstream, coming on the heels of the great Pegasus, which Joe Beja will be here later, and we got to give him a round of applause for another terrific job. What a scene that has become, and great race. National Treasure wins, and this week we've got the 3-year-olds under the spotlight. Tomorrow is the Holy Bull Stakes, and in addition to that, we've got the Swale Stakes, which is going to be our contest race this week because the Holy Bull is looking a little bit, I guess it would be what you call chalky. 3 to 5 favorite in a 8-horse or 7-horse field. So that's going to be a little too easy, but we're going to get to the contest in a minute. Meanwhile, happy Groundhog Day, everybody.
Happy Groundhog Day. Yeah.
Good day. I think it came up favorable.
Yes.
6 weeks early, the spring comes instead of the other way.
For those who put any stock in Punxsutawney Phil's prognostication.
That's some ceremony they have there, though.
It's unbelievable.
First of all, I love everything about it because the name of the place where they go is called Gobbler's Knob, which I don't know what you think of when you hear Gobbler's Knob.
Something dirty.
But just saying it brings out the 6th grader or 7th grader in me. And, of course, it's in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. There's some mysterious group called the Inner Circle, which sounds a little nefarious to
Yeah.
me.
By the way, just so I don't get arrested, I'm pretty sure it's illegal in Florida to use that term in 6th grader or 7th grader at this point.
Nobbler's
I think
Gob
I think
or Inner
DeSantis
Circle. Was,
banned that one.
Sounds like it came out of a Stanley Kubrick movie.
Put
The
it this
Inner
way, if
Circle.
Either
it were
that-
in a book, it would definitely be banned in Florida school
Nobbler's Gob.
libraries.
Oh,
Either
yeah.
that or
What was that? Oh, never mind. I don't even know. We're off to a rocking start here. I hope everybody's having a good day.
we're having a great day.
And, you know, it does feel a little bit like Groundhog Day because we got the big game coming up in a couple of weeks. We can stay Super Bowl because we're not doing a commercial. And, again, a little bit of Groundhog Day-ish. We've got a rematch between the 49ers and the Chiefs.
Do you even want to mention that at this point? People are so scared of that.
Why are they scared of it? I think it's great. I mean,
Because 2020 was a leap year, an election year. The 49ers played the Super Bowl against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and we all know what happened in March.
what happened in March?
A mysterious flu-like disease came out of
Jesus.
China.
Oh, no, I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking I like the results in November of 2020. So
Okay.
what's wrong with that? But in any event, you know, it's why are people so dismayed by this match? I mean, the Chiefs, I think they're a great team. Mahomes is like Brady. What do you think, Tony Segreto? Are you sick of the Chiefs?
No, I'm entertained every day.
Okay.
Every day. Well, whether it's Kelsey, whether it's Mahomes, whether it's Andy Reid was doing an interview the other day. He was hysterical. So I'm not sick of the Chiefs at all.
And what about you, Jeff DeForrest? Do you have?
I think it's a great matchup. Toss up. I don't know that anybody could say, hey, definitively, I think this
Yeah.
team or that team's going to win. You know, and there are reasons to bet on both. You got 2.5 now as a line. It's been fluctuating a little bit.
I'm surprised that Kansas City is an underdog.
I am too, because I would think at this point, you know, you bet against Mahomes at your own risk. The guy's proven to be a pretty clutch player, and at every spot they've been, I guess, underdogs a couple of times this postseason, right?
Yeah, they do. Now they're saying Mahomes could be as good as Brady, could be as good as Montana.
He's on the right track in terms of wins. If you're going to use championships as a barometer, this is a guy that they're in their 4th Super Bowl with this guy already, and 2-1, so he'd be 3-1 in a short career. Brady was around 20 years with the Patriots, and then an additional couple with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, he deserves to be talked about in those parameters. I think.
I don't get all this hate or people
Me
getting
either.
up in the arms about Taylor Swift. People think it's, I don't know what kind of ridiculous. Oh, look who's here. Ron Nicoletti is joining.
all right.
Nicoletti.
He's going to come around this side here if we can get Ron on.
We can do
Look at
that.
this kid, man.
And this is a great cameo appearance. First time on the Lunchbox, I believe. Longtime veteran track handicapper here. Not only at Gulfstream, Calder, all the South Florida tracks. Back in the saddle again, so to
He
speak.
looks like he's been shooting Botox. He looks
Yeah.
like he's 30 years old. Unbelievable.
He looks freaking great.
Yeah.
Ron
Yeah, well, it
Nicoletti.
took a while.
Welcome back to the show. The camera is there, so if you want to just angle yourself, there you go. He's welcome back. How you doing? It's great to see you.
It's good. It was, like I said, it was a tough battle, but I had a couple of goals that I wanted to do. One was staying alive.
Yeah,
That was
that's a
another one.
good
And then
one.
number
Still
2 is I just wanted to see if I could get back on the air and everything.
But are you alive in the pick 5? That's the question.
I'm alive in the all grass pick 3.
Oh, good. They just kicked it off the first leg.
Second leg was the first leg.
Second
today.
race, first leg.
Yeah,
You're
second,
alive,
second-
and kicking. It's good. Who's the other 2? Who do you need to finish it up? I love
Well,
that.
my
$3.
long shot comes in. Race 8 closes out. Delta Charm is my long shot. 8-1. Number 5.
Number 5. 5 seems to be the magic number so far today.
Yes, so for that, I singled it. So I got 4, 3, and then singled it 5 long shots. So
Okay, good. We wish you luck. Not only you're back, but you're hotter than ever. You were telling me you gave out a $52 horse last on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's last race. It was just one of those things that just fell into place, and everybody's screaming you're back. But that's if you've been around racing long enough, I'm back for one race. You know what I mean? That's it. So
That's always a good feeling to come back swinging, going for the fences. And you said you analyzed the race, and it unfolded exactly as you said.
that happens once every 12 years.
You should just go back.
I'm gonna take another 9 months off, come back, pick a horse.
Yeah. quit while you're ahead is
Yeah.
not quitting, right?
Yeah,
Defo.
Yeah.
Defo,
Well,
you've
and the
got-
track handicapper rarely gives out anything that pays over $6. So
Yeah.
hitting a $52 horse,
Are you the
that's
track
the stuff of which
handicapper?
legends are made. Yeah.
No, that's one of the reasons why we love Nicoletti, because he doesn't cold water people. I mean, there's some people who keep things in their back pocket.
I've learned long ago. If they're silly enough to follow me, why don't give my best?
How
bet?
many people had? What was it? 4 tickets that won the 1.8 million in
Yeah.
the pick six.
Three tickets. Maybe it was
tickets on
three
it? Yeah,
tickets.
can
I
you
think
imagine?
it was. Yeah,
Wow.
1.8 million.
That is awesome. It was a mandatory payout day, and there was a huge jackpot carryover from the Pegasus day, and
Yeah, and they had my horse in the last, which was
Right.
amazing. So they probably either figured it out or had the old button.
Yeah.
all you had to do was single your horse, the $52 job, and then bet the rest of them, and you would have come out way ahead.
So you look great. I mean, are you restricted to anything that you could eat now? Are you eating healthier? Are you be more mindful?
I have to everything would. So I went to the surgeon to get the final checkout, and he said you got to do everything in moderation. I said I don't understand that word. What is that? How do you spell that? Moderation. What does that mean? So just going along. Fighting back. I was really skinny, but I gained back about 10, 15 pounds. I could basically eat almost everything. No sweets. Try and eat no sweets, but.
You're looking great. It's
Yeah.
great to see you. Let's talk about tomorrow's card. We got 5 stakes races, correct?
You got the Holy Bull.
Is the favorite in the Holy Bull beatable? He's listed at 3 to 5 in the morning
I don't
line.
think so.
And that's
Let me get
Todd
it.
Pletcher's horse. The
yeah,
name
one-
of it is again
Fierceness.
Fierce. And so what do you do? Single that in the
Yeah, but-
exotics, and then just try to hit a couple of nice ones around it.
Yeah, I'm going to single that on my Rainbow Six ticket when I do it tomorrow. And, you got to, every once in a while, I don't like to do that. Maybe you could beat it. And, I don't know. So, I haven't put it together yet, but, I could change my mind at any time. Tony, how have you been?
Been fine. I've been great. I've
Yeah.
been great. I've never been better, and I'm thankful that I'm here with Michael and Jeff, and I have a radio show with Jeff on
I'm just in
Wednesdays.
awe of this foursome. I mean, I don't know who let me in, but I mean, Defo.
You're the only healthy one.
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
I would call him Mike Healthy Boy.
Yeah.
I do have a healthy
Yeah,
appetite.
and the tiebreaker was suggested. I don't know if you're going to go for this, Mike, but you're open about this sort of thing, and you've been talking about it on the show.
Yeah.
It was suggested by our good friend Andy that we go with the tiebreaker since there's no football this week with whatever your weight is.
My
And
Monday
then
morning
have a weigh-in. I guess it'll be Tuesday. 'cause,
Yeah,
you
we're
gotta
going to be off
repeat.
on
Yeah.
Monday. We are going to be doing the show on Tuesday. But if we do the tiebreaker well, I'm not going to do my weight because everybody knows it's going to be around that 240 mark. I mean, who's kidding who? I'm not
Come
losing
closest
any weight.
without going over.
I do have another tiebreaker. We do have a contest coming up. We'll get into that in a minute. I know you've got to get back to downstairs and doing some of the races, but I do appreciate you stopping by. Do you like anything in the swell? Because that's the other kind of premier 3-year-old race that is for budding, potential Florida Derby, Triple Crown contenders. And that is actually going to be our contest race because
What race is that
it's a
again?
field of 9. It's the 9th race, 4:08 p.m. That is going to be the race that we're going to have you, the viewing public, pick for this week's contest for the 10 Palm Sunday Brunch giveaway. Numbers 1 through 9. The, again, 9th race, 4:08 p.m. post time, 7 furlongs. And we've got Ben Tornado, who was tearing him up last summer here
Right.
as a 2-year-old and winning some of those big,
Right.
whatever they call it now, it used to be the Sire Stakes, right?
Yeah.
He's listed at 9-5 favorite, but there's some new fresh shooters coming in from barns from around the country, including Legalize from the Charlie DeVoe barn with Luis Saez at 3-1. We've got a 5-1 Colorado Cruiser from Jack Sisterson's barn. And we've got a Bill Mott contender, Bilal at 6-1. And Risk It from the Steve Asmussen barn with Tyler Gaffleone at 9-2. So I think it's a little bit more of a wide open race. I don't know. I think that would make it a little bit more interesting for our handicappers. Do you have an opinion in that?
Well, I did go with the favorite in the inside horse, the number 1, but Bentonado. I just thought it was a pretty formful race. With that horse, just was so impressive during the summer campaigns. Just thought he was
You
good.
say Ben Tornado, I say Ben Tornado.
Well, whatever. We'll find Ben Tornado. Did you know
He
him
didn't
in
get
high school?
Yeah, well, I wish I knew Ben Franklin and his form in $100 bills. I have not been seeing enough of those at a racetrack lately.
Yeah, I'm sort of a chalk eating weasel in a couple of the races.
Yeah.
On tomorrow, excuse me, and we'll see how it plays out. I'm sure I'll find something in there that I like to.
Defo, what was your first meeting with Ron? I mean, you guys go back to 35
I knew Ron,
years. Right?
at Calder.
Yeah.
But our first experience as broadcasters together, I think, was a classic, and I would love to dig up a tape of this thing and see what it looked like, as we did the Coconut Grove bed race on Sunshine Network.
It was so much fun. We were up on a big cherry picker.
As I recall, I mean, we were having a pretty good call on that thing.
Was there wagering on that event or what?
We had to I remember we had suit and tie. It was about 407
It was
degrees.
unbelievable.
And we had shorts on with shirt and ties. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those days when everything just flowed. It was just so much fun. We had, I don't know who was listening, but we had a lot of fun doing it. That's got to be what?
That had to be 40 years ago.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. As
you were both a lot younger then.
That's for sure.
No doubt. But he looks good. I mean, I didn't age as well as Ronnie did. And then I believe in the park there in Coconut Grove, they had the Allman Brothers Band.
Yeah.
Was the featured entertainment that day. So it was a classic day all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We used to go up to the, what was this, the hockey place? What was that?
In Lighthouse Point? Or
no, the one owned by Premier. What was his name? On US 1, where they had the volleyball court in front.
Oh, no, I'm blanking on
Rosie
that.
Parmont.
Oh, yeah, Rosie Paymont.
We used to do that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was called what?
Penalty box. Yeah.
Penalty box. Yeah.
Penalty box. Oh, that's up in Fort Lauderdale, right?
Yeah,
now it's like a Best Buy, but
it was a great place. Though. Yeah. It was a great place.
It was a lot of fun. We used to do some shows up there. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Some things haven't changed. We're still having a lot of fun, and we don't know if anybody's watching us, but that's okay. It's we're here on the Lunchbox.
Tony extra crackers. You gotta love this guy.
And so tomorrow, besides the chalk eating milk and magnesia play, which I guess milk and magnesia is on your diet, but well, any long shot bombs that you could give out to the folks?
Not really yet. I'm still working it out. You know, I want to give something out.
Can you have a bowl of pasta?
Oh yeah, I can have. That was in the beginning. All I could eat, and this was the funniest thing. All I could eat was grapes. And chicken. What's that? Lipton cup of soup. I couldn't eat any.
Really?
Everything else, when you get chemo, your taste buds change, and I couldn't eat. That's all I lived on was grapes and Lipton cup of soup.
Well, I mean, it's a remarkable thing because this particular diagnosis is not necessarily a favorable one.
Exactly.
And you're looking great. It's fantastic that you're done with the treatments for now. We wish you the best of health, best of luck. I'd be remiss on a food show, the Lunchbox here at Gulfstream. Christine Lee's, they have a spot reserved for you that they still kept for you all these months. Have you been in there a bunch now in the last week?
And it's great every time I bring a crowd, so that's why I get to keep the free seat. So I've always got some people coming in there. And
what's your order there? What's your regular?
Well, just a little bit of what we started off, and this is something I don't know if I invented is the right word, but everybody gets stone crabs, right? So I say stone crabs all the time, plus they're expensive. So I get the French fries with the stone crab mustard. You dunk it in. It's the same thing as eating stone crab. It's like if you get, if you want to buy lobster, all you do is drink butter because that's all the lobster tastes to me. So that's what we start with. And that's
French fries with the mustard sauce.
Gotta have that sauce. And it's the best thing. They get the big
stone crab.
They get the big fries.
My wife brings that sauce home every night.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to sneak in a few of those ribs or those wings? Wings are Defoe's play, the oyster.
I like the wings
sauce.
there.
Yeah, I have the ribs. Matter of fact, I opened up my bag just by this morning, and I found a $100 gift certificate to Christine Lee's. I have no idea who gave it to me. It's been in there for 9 months. That's how long I've been going. So
is Mary still going to honor it? Is she going to?
She better.
Statute of limitations, I think, on that.
Oh, that expired December 31st. Sorry, Ron.
Hey, on the Holy Bull, though, they don't necessarily bring out all of the heavyweights. So what 3-year-olds are waiting in the wings that are superior maybe to this 3 to 5 shot?
Well, this is the one here that everybody's counting on to be the one. We'll see how it unfolds. We'll get some horses shipping in. It's just
so that horse would run in all 3 of the reps.
I would think so. They're it's a lot of people's derby horse.
Is that Mike Repo? Is it Repo Staples? Okay, so that is his big gun heavy hitter. And again, the name of the horse, because I've done
Fierceness.
Fierceness. That's a good name for a horse.
Yeah. Now it's his first start this year. Is in the Holy Bull.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming out of the Breeders' Cup
Yeah.
win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Is that what happened? Okay. That shows you.
No wonder
how
he's
I'm-
3 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and won for fun. He won impressively. So.
All right. I always say maybe the first one back, you can find him. He's only 70% fit, or not fully cranked. But even on 70%, he looks like he might be the best.
I mean,
this lot.
It didn't come up. The race didn't come up that strong. So
All right.
that's basically it's free square for tomorrow. I think at least in the final leg of the Rainbow or whatever you're playing.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
it's supposed to be 7th now.
two short things. Two short things: is Fierceness in the Holy Bull and the ribs at Christine Lee's.
Oh yeah,
You
Christine
can't
Lee's
beat
the
And
best.
Ron Nicolini to beat the system, man. Unbelievable.
This
This is the greatest victory since Ali knocked out Sonny Liston here in 64.
At that time, I really didn't think I would be back. Here.
It's so great to see you back.
Good to see you.
And
Good to see you,
keep up the great work.
Thank
Keep
you,
up
guys.
giving out those $52 horses. Maybe I'll tune in one of these days.
You wouldn't play him. Yeah, no.
Great seeing you, Tony.
Great seeing
Defoe
you.
always,
Pleasure.
and you
Yeah.
guys. I'm going to head down and do the next race. I'm
Yeah.
glad to be back. I
All
hope we
good.
can keep having some winners today. We'll see how it plays
They
out.
should have you singing the anthem, man. I mean, this is a moment of triumph. When I saw you were
If
coming
I
back,
sing
I
the
was.
anthem, this place will be closed.
Yeah.
All good, Ron. All right.
Take care.
Pleasure. Thank you
Pleasure.
for dropping
Who do
by.
you like in the Super Bowl before you get out?
Oh,
of here?
yeah.
I'm leaning towards, I want to say the Chiefs, but I just,
What's
Yeah.
the line right now?
2 and a hook. I went to 2 and a hook.
I'm going to bet, color of the Gatorade, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Are you going to bet on whether if the Chiefs win, will Travis Kelce propose on his knee with the confetti streaming
What kind of
down
odds
to
are you
Taylor
getting on that?
Swift?
That would probably make me puke.
Oh, you're one of those.
No,
I
mean,
love
just
Taylor
the whole.
Swift.
I love Taylor Smith, but not that. What's her name? Taylor
Swift. She's actually,
Taylor-
people are saying
Yeah,
it's
I
some
love
kind
Taylor
of.
Smith.
Taylor Smith is a jockey at Beulah Park. What are
They're
you
saying
talking about?
she's some kind of conspiracy. I say she's been sent by the pork industry. Taylor for Taylor ham and Swift for Swift brown and served sausages. So
Only you.
only me.
you.
We'd
Only
Got-
you.
take
you
it to
gotta
the
get that
angle.
food.
Got to get a food theme in there. yeah.
Always the
That's why
food
we're here.
angle.
Yeah, well, check my selections tomorrow. People out there don't check. I'll be more in tune to it, so we'll see how it
Ron
goes.
Nicoletti, he's out here now again every
All
day
right,
of
Ronnie,
racing
all right.
at
Welcome
Gulfstream
back, man.
Park. Longtime handicapper here at the track. We're going to let him get back to his real job. And meanwhile, here we're going to talk about Tropical Acres.
There's a winner. You
That's
just gave
a
out
short
another winner.
thing,
Yeah.
another short
Remember Sam
thing and a winner.
Studioni?
I was in there yesterday. I saw Jack and company, and they're looking forward to having us in for another Lunchbox appearance during lunchtime when they're not open, but they do a lot of banquets and stuff. February 27th, we're going to be in there. Come on out.
You'll want
Tony,
to show
if
up
you
for
want.
that, for sure.
Tuesday,
You're invited. Yeah.
February 27th, we're going to have another edition of the Lunchbox with Jack Studiali and his sons, Joe and Jackson. And you want to get in there this weekend because it's great. I mean, they've got the happy hour on the bar tonight, even on a Friday night, 4:30 to 6:30. They've got all the great, terrific cuts of meat and seafood, the fish. Last night they had a special, just like they have here today. They had the pasta with the seafood medley, including the lobster, the shrimp, the clams, and it looked great. And, of course, filet mignon, prime rib. Monday, Tuesday, half-price wine night. And then, of course, we've got the Loyalty Reward Club card. Do you have one of those, Tony? For every 12 entrees you purchase, you get the 13th one on the house, up to
No.
a $35 value. I've got 5 of them. All of them are like 4 punched, and then I bring them in and combine them and
He
say,
staples them together.
yeah,
It's really classless. I mean,
typical of me. 2500 Griffin Road, just west of Airport and I-95, and they still have space available for Valentine's Day. I was talking to Jack. Only about 250, 300 on the books. They're trying to get 550 on the books for
wow,
Valentine's Day.
that's a big number.
And they will take a couple of walk-ins that day, but you can still get in if you want to have the romantic night of your dreams at a great price with great hospitality. Tropical Acres is the choice. Give them a call, 954-989-2500, 954-989-2500. Tropical Acres, tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, coming back to Gulfstream Park, always great. I'm sure Joe Beige will be stopping by. We get Tony here. We're in good company. The professor on the controls, and of course,
And a
Mike Mayo.
contest.
The contest coming
Your
up
contest.
in just a moment here. So stick around. We'll have the contest info coming up after this.
Tony Segreto here. Let me ask you a question. What do you look for when you go out to eat? Good food, obviously, friendly atmosphere, not too loud, but good energy, reasonable prices, and a place where you feel comfortable. All those ingredients, no pun meant there, are hard to find unless you're talking about the Texas Roadhouse. You see, they encompass all of those attributes. Really, really good food, amazing atmosphere, good for a family, good for a date, or just a night out for yourself, and prices that will make you extremely happy. Their ribs unmatched, steaks hand cut every day. Everything, and I mean everything, is made on site, including their incredible bread. It's the one day, folks, that you can forget about low-carb diets. Trust me when I tell you, Texas Roadhouse, your restaurant, your destination when you say, where should we go and eat tonight?
From the newly renovated sports bar to the beautiful bayside views captured at the Tiki Bar, Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill has it all. Located at mile marker 104, the Big Chill also offers waterfront dining while experiencing breathtaking sunset views of the Florida Keys. It's simply the hottest spot in the Keys to cool off. That's Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill at mile marker 104 in Key Largo. For more information, call today at 305-453-9066.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone when you can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on
for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting. Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Well, we're back on the Lunchbox, and what a surprise drop-in that was. It's so great to see Ron Nicoletti, a great human being, great handicapper, a lot of fun to hang out with, and he's looking great. He's looking fantastic.
He looks better than all of us.
Hey,
a
speak
little
for
weird
yourself.
considering what he was facing. Yeah, you would come in second.
No, he definitely looks
Nicoletti,
better than me.
yeah.
I'm willing to concede that. So it's all good. We got the professor on the mixing board and on the headsets. How you doing today, sir?
Not too bad.
Yeah, you had a little bit of the daily special. You said
I
there's
did.
a pasta with seafood, and that
It's
shrimp was
like
pretty
a
tasty.
tortellini and a cream sauce with shrimp and lobster. And yeah, it was pretty tasty. Although I got to say, for me, the star of the meal is the charcuterie board. They got a nice little setup there.
Look at this.
A little sopressata, some salami, pepperoni, prosciutto.
And look at us. The table is just covered in salads.
Yeah, what's happened here?
I know.
What's gone wrong?
We got the 10 palm
Who
salad.
did
It's
he
like an
ordering?
extra salad. How'd that happen?
I don't know. They must have took one look at me and said,
Oh,
that
give him-
guy
yeah,
said
they're giving one of us a
he
hint.
needs a
His
little
his
more
two,
salad
yeah.
in his lunch.
Try a salad.
Try
yeah.
a salad,
Tony,
Fetty.
you did your wrinkle on the caprese salad with the
Tuna.
the ahi tuna
Yeah.
chunks. How is that?
It's ideal. It's perfect.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah,
Good.
that really
We're
does.
perfect.
I like
We're
the way
having-
you dressed that up with the
Yes.
tuna.
We're
That was a good move.
Fun
The
on a
ruby
Friday.
red tuna.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lubie, meanwhile, is either in Georgia or en route with dogs. I mean, this guy takes the weirdest vacations. He goes to Morocco to be in the middle of an earthquake.
Yep.
And now his idea of fun is going to the
A
middle
town
of
in-
rural Georgia.
A town in Georgia that is set up to look like Germany. No, like during the Sound of Music era. It's like a
Okay.
Bavarian village, which again, historically did not work out well for Lubie's people.
So we wish him well, and we hope there's
I mean,
no major.
they do this every year. Like, I
Is
gotta
that
say
a
that,
Shirley thing? That's her family. He's doing?
I hope so, because
I've never-
otherwise that
I've-
takes self-loathing to like a whole new degree.
I've never heard of Helen, Georgia. I've heard of having a hellish weekend in Georgia.
He said
but
when he
yeah,
said to
hell-
me, he says, "I'm going to Helen, Georgia." I go, "Where the hell is Helen, Georgia?"
I've heard of Savannah.
Yeah.
I've heard of Atlanta. I've heard of Columbus.
Aintree.
I've even heard of Dalton, Georgia, near Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Macon.
But Macon, Bacon.
Where did they film Deliverance?
Probably Helen, Georgia,
Okay.
right?
That, actually, when you enter that town, the Louis Inn, the sign says "squat down like a pig."
Oh God.
Poor,
Squeal like a
poor
pig,
Ned
squat
Beatty.
like a
Yeah,
pig.
wow.
You can play Rudy's dad all you want, but all any of us are going to remember is you getting raped by hillbillies.
Oh, man. That is something to put
Those
us
were
up
some
our
dysfunctional hillbillies.
lunch-
They were scary.
Putting
I mean,
us up
honestly,
our lunchbox lunches here.
That was
Tony.
an interesting group. They had Burt Reynolds and Ned Beatty, and they
Georgia was
chose Ned
control
Beatty.
of the show.
Serious question for people. Has anybody ever been to either? Is it called Dollywood in Tennessee or Brandon, Missouri?
No,
No.
Branson.
Branson. Oh, why would I think Brand? Okay, never mind.
No.
As they described it on The Simpsons, it's like Vegas if Vegas were designed by Ned Flanders.
I've never been to Dollywood. I would go to Dollywood maybe once. Is it still open? Do they?
Oh
still
yeah,
have
it's a
music on?
huge hit.
Okay.
Like,
it's thriving. It's
I'd
thriving.
rather go to Nashville. They got a good food scene.
and I think
there.
they have gambling there now. I think there's an Indian casino like right outside the gates.
Wouldn't surprise me. Although in the Bible Belt, that is a bit surprising. Well, we got gambling here coming up to another race, but
You
and
got
we're
a
going to have a
contest?
contest. Before I get into that, because when Ron got here, I was just going to mention with the big game, a bunch of people love watching it for the commercials, and I did see a preview posted on one Dan Marino's Instagram page yesterday. Dan apparently is going to be making a cameo appearance in a Michelob Ultra commercial, and it's pretty cute and amusing. If you look up, just do search Dan Marino on Instagram, but he's the second biggest football star in the ad because the biggest one is
Messi.
Lionel Messi is in there. And they
Really?
also have
You're that guy.
Ted Lasso, the actor who plays him, Jason Sudeikis, has a big role.
You're
in
the guy who's
commercial.
going to start calling soccer football.
It is football,
No,
sir.
no, it's soccer.
8 billion people in the world.
You're in America. It's called soccer here.
7.7 billion call it football, soccer.
7.7 billion people love blood sausage.
I like
we
blood
could
sausage.
come to the conclusion that in some areas the rest of the world just has bad taste.
I like cake too.
There's
You
like
have a problem with cake?
1.5 billion people who love Bollywood movies. Like we can say like
He has a problem. I thought it was a very cute commercial. It shows Messi running through the beach and around people on South Beach, and then kicks a soccer ball.
I don't have a problem with soccer. I have a problem with Americans who call it football.
Okay, and then he kicks it to Marino on a boat, and then Marino throws it back, bomb football, American style, back to Messi on the beach, who then dribbles around and scores. It's a cute ad.
I hope he's wearing a wicked cheesesteak shirt.
Well, no, Messi.
Oh, maybe about that with the mayo sandwich on the
How
back.
great is that? That Messi, who lives in the nearby area, is actually become a regular at our friend Brian's Wicked Cheesesteaks up in Fort Lauderdale.
This guy can eat anywhere in the world, and I get a freebie, much like you. And he chooses to go to Wicked Cheesesteaks.
Says
and
he
pay.
comes in very unassuming in his powder blue Argentina-colored Bentley and just bags a couple of cheesesteaks for the family back home. He
Very
loves
unassuming in the Argentina-colored Bentley.
I'm glad I made this man crack up.
I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, but
why don't you just wear a shirt with your name on it on the front?
Brian said he didn't even know who it was because Brian doesn't pay much attention to soccer.
Thank you.
Apparently, nobody else knows who it is either because there's no crowd outside waiting for the guy.
No, and the guy is he's slight of stature. He's only about like 5'8", 5'7", and could pass off as just a regular Joe, except for the fact that he's got like 1 billion Instagram followers and is richer
1 billion
than God, something like that.
It's like the most on Instagram, I think. Either him or
it's
Ronaldo.
crazy. Yeah, Ronaldo is pretty big too. Anyway, so that
you have a contest to do.
A contest. Thank you
You have a contest.
Thank you for making the trains run on time. This week's Lunchbox Gulfstream's 10 Palms Sunday Brunch giveaway. It is time. You email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with the horse selection. That's numbers 1 through 9 for this week's contest race, which is the 9th race, the Swale Stakes. And this week, with no football game, we're going to have a basketball tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah? Wow.
You're going to send all 3 of those components to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, Saturday, February 3rd. Again, 9th race at Gulfstream, numbers 1 through 9. Swale Stakes for promising 3-year-olds at 7 furlongs on the main track. Post time scheduled for 4:08 p.m. And this week's tiebreaker is the winner and victory margin in Saturday night's primetime ABC ESPN telecast, New York Knickerbockers versus the Los Angeles Lakers game at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden tomorrow night. For example, you say Knicks by 6 or Lakers by 12. The Knicks are playing some good ball.
They've won 9 in a row.
They've won 9 in a row.
And the Lakers pulled off a remarkable upset yesterday at Boston.
I watched some of that game. Did you watch some of that?
Yeah, I did. I was watching a bunch of different things, but I saw no LeBron, no Anthony Davis.
And they're better.
Then, this guy Reeves comes out of the chute, like he was Pete Maravich. And they pretty much held them at bay the entire way with a double-digit lead, almost the entire ball game, and then won in the end game. So
it's bizarre.
Nice upset, yeah.
You've got a LeBronless Lakers beating the Celtics.
Ken was particularly upset to see the Lakers lose in that fashion to a bunch of guys that looked like they should be playing on the Washington Generals.
Yeah. Well, wait. Didn't the Lakers won, right?
The Lakers won.
I don't watch the regular season.
So he's very happy because Boston
exactly.
lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said that.
Oh, okay. I missed it. The other thing is, the Knicks are winning 9 in a row. The Heat are losing 7 in a row. They snapped that the other day. But it's like bizarro world in the NBA. I know
it always
January.
is. It's the regular season. Nobody cares.
It's the regular season.
Nobody
NBA.
cares.
Tim Donaghy is the only guy that gives a flying one about the results of the games, and he's usually Tim Donaghy, the referee that was fixing games for the Gambino family.
He's got good action on all the games.
He actually is a tout now. He has his own tout service.
That's pretty shameless. Like Pete Rose and Tim Donaghy together. That's good. He could do it with Steve
that would
Feiner.
be a good team up, actually.
That's all good.
There'll
All
be a podcast.
Let's get back to the contest. Again, if
everybody has one.
Anybody has all 3 elements right, if multiple people have all 3 elements right, there'll be a tiebreaker drawing on Tuesday's Lunchbox. No live show on Monday. We're going to have a replay, probably of the batch show. And again, you can win Sunday Brunch for 2 at 10 Palms right here at Gulfstream Park, including a buffet, 1 mimosa, tax and tip, full rules at Mike Mayo eats. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on Facebook.com. All right. For this week's contest, we celebrate Groundhog Day, the classic Bill Murray movie, not Punxsutawney Phil, with some clues in a restaurant that may seem familiar. The clues. Number 1, this longtime Deerfield Beach seafood restaurant and raw bar has been around more than 30 years and was once featured on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives on Food Network.
Well, that was a giveaway right off the bat.
Hold on. Number 2, its signature dish is the Mahi Reuben, which does not come smothered in blubber. That's a little bit of a clue.
That was a big clue, yeah.
And number 3, this restaurant is now owned and operated by the Flanagan's Restaurant Group, whose other restaurants are known for an item found in this restaurant's name, but from pigs, not a giant sea mammal.
Didn't make this one's difficult.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, but
yeah.
How tough is the race?
Not that tough.
All right.
So it's going to come down to the Knicks-Lakers.
Multiple
at the
winners,
Necker at Madison Square Garden tomorrow.
Does our crowd know basketball as well as they know football? That's the question.
We're going to find out. Again, our crowd has been pretty good. We've been getting,
It's a degenerate crowd is what we found. All 140,000 people on
been
Let's Eat
nailing
South
it.
are all degenerate sicko
the
gamblers.
ninth race. The
Right.
ninth race is the contest race, the swale, not
Okay.
the Holy Bull, because the Holy Bull looks like it's unbettable.
See, I think you ought to reward somebody that's willing to step out a little bit and go away from the 3 to 5 shot. And that person is more than likely to be the
But
lone
if 40 out of
identifier
42,
of all 3 factors.
But if 40 out of 42 entrants have the chalk and the chalk wins,
then you got to do a little extra work.
What fun is that? All right, so there you have it.
You don't believe in the free square. I mean, if it was a pick 6.
What do you believe in, Michael? What do you believe in? Do you believe
I believe the 5 is the magic number of the day because I see another rolling home number 5 horse, and this one is 7-2. So 5 is the magic number. That's what I believe today. And Ron Nicoletti gave out a 5 horse in the 8th race, the final leg of the
Who came second?
Turf Pick 3. That part I didn't pay attention to. I
Okay.
turned around. So anyway,
Did you have a 51? I think it was the 1 ball.
So another 51. That's how he told you. That's a magic number.
The one's 30 to 1 if that was the
51s.
case. I'm
Wow.
not sure. I'm not
All
sure
right.
what it was. It
We'll
wasn't
see.
my 5-7 though.
we will see. All right. Meanwhile, let's take our second and final break. But first, I've got to give a kind word for our newest sponsor, Taco Craft.
Oh, nice.
Taco Craft. One of these days, I'll get the pronunciation right. Mark
Taco
Falsetto.
Craft.
Taco Craft.
It was
Taco
a 51.
Craft.
Taco Craft
Number of the day.
Taqueria
Did
and
you wheel it?
Tequila Bar. Taco Craft owned, a group, a consortium, including our friend Anthony Bruno, Pat Marzano, Mark Falsetto. They are kind enough now
I think
to
Paul
join.
Castronovo also has a
Might
piece of
have
one.
a little
yeah.
small
Yeah.
piece of it too. And again, Taco Craft has been booming with success. They're doing great business at Lauderdale by the Sea. There's one in Plantation at the Plantation Walk. And we want to talk about the one that's downtown Fort Lauderdale, 510 North Federal Highway. They've recently revamped the menu. They've got great tacos and all kinds of specials and guacamole, tableside preparation. Fantastic spot for those who love Mexican food. And really, who doesn't? It seems like tacos is.
You're not a big fan of Mexican food.
Well,
maybe you can change that.
I think
on Tuesday.
we are going to be going there on Tuesday, and I think Mark Falsetto will be joining us. And
nice.
I always have an open mind. And again, when I go for Mexican, I prefer other plates like sometimes the moles, chicken mole sauce, or some enchiladas. I love a good burrito. But Taco Craft, we're going to check out the new menu that they have there at the downtown Fort Lauderdale location. They're also breaking ground and in the middle of building one out in Coral Springs. They are a growing, thriving
In
brand.
Plantation, they have one?
Yeah, Plantation Walk. The new Plantation Walk complex is the latest Taco Craft. So go in there, tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. And we'll see you out there at the Fort Lauderdale location on Tuesday, this Tuesday afternoon. I believe it's February 6th, 1 to 2 p.m. We'll be doing the show live. All right, let's take our second break. And Joe Beja, Dapper
here? Oh,
and
great,
Natalie
great.
Attired, waiting in the wings to talk about this weekend's going on. Oh, and he's got his Knicks mug, his 9-in-a-row Knicks mug. He's a very happy New York Knicks fan. We'll be back after these words with Joe Beja. To me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Okay, we're back on the Lunchbox, a Friday, our favorite day of the week, and here he is basking in a triumphant glow after the supremely successful Pegasus weekend and leading into another big weekend. Joe Beja, executive director of hospitality and all things good and delicious at Gulfstream Park. How are you today, Joe?
I'm good, recovering, had a couple of days off.
And what do we got here?
Celebrating my New York Knicks, 15-2 since the start of the
row.
year, and 9 in a row.
And we were mentioning that because we're using that in the contest tiebreaker this week with no football game. We're doing that as the third leg of the contest, the winning team and margin of tomorrow night's Lakers-Knicks game. What say you?
So many people are out. No Randall. I don't know if Anunoby's going to play. You don't know if James is going to play. You don't know if Anthony Davis is going to play. But I take my Knicks by 6.
Really? You think the streak is alive? It's going to keep going?
Still at the Garden?
Even
yes.
After the huge road win for the Lakers, LeBronless in Boston last night. So it's going to be a good game. It's on prime time.
So let me pose a question to you guys.
Yep.
What is a more story place?
The Garden?
The Garden?
Or the Garden?
Or Madison Square Garden or Boston?
Well, nowadays, because it's a new TD, whatever it's called, it's not the old parquet.
I mean, I would say the original Boston Garden would be big. I mean, there's so many titles up there and so many legends.
Tony.
Russell, Havlicek.
Yeah, but Madison Square Garden also has a huge college tradition, which Boston did.
You're a sports maven. What was the address of the original Boston Garden? Do you know that? You see, as a former Boston Globe intern who used to have to sneak in the front entrance to go into the side door to pick up the first quarter photo shoot back in the day before there was digital photography, and I have to go around all the photographers shooting playoff games, pick up their rolls of film, and get it back down to the Boston Globe newsroom, the darkroom, to develop it. 150 Causeway Street was the old Boston Garden.
Interesting.
That could be a good trivia question.
Good trivia question.
You want to talk about? So there was your feature race.
Mm-hmm.
I would fly here in a helicopter, landed the infield.
Florida Derby?
Yeah.
For the Florida Derby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every feature race.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
Yeah. You'd fly in.
Nice.
Fly in the helicopter to the infield. You fly down there, run under the grandstand, and wait for the film to come down.
Oh, this was in your earlier days as an intern or something? Or?
Yeah, and catch it, and
Okay.
then kick it off the line that came down the.
Who was shooting that film or whatever?
Jack Kearns.
Okay, this is
Wow.
going way back. And again,
Wow.
the world has changed so much. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
now everything is digital and you send everything through the ether.
Yeah.
And back then, you'd actually have to get physical stuff, tapes and
It's
film.
funny.
So it's all good. Hey, let's talk a little bit about, well, how did last weekend go and what's coming up this weekend?
It had to be a success.
I thought last weekend was spectacular. We all know the handle was over 47 million versus 43 was the record before. So a 10% increase on the handle, which is what we're all about.
Mhm.
You know, as much as I always love to say it's all about F&B, it's not. We're racing. F&B is the amenity and the surprise and delight. But we had great reviews about Sardelli's with the owners and the trainers that had their owners lounge here and the family style meal by Sardelli's. They're always a pleasure to work with. Flamingo Room had all of the various restaurants by Groot Hospitality, Dave Grutman's restaurants. And again, great reviews about their partnership. And our own in-house team doing 1,000 people, 1,100 people here, and then 19 suites upstairs. You know, it was great to break out the seafood display with the ice carvings and everything that we were
And then
doing.
the
It was
after
good.
party, my daughter was upset because Calvin Harris was here. She's like, Dad, you didn't tell me Calvin Harris was going to be playing. I was like,
Yeah.
tell you the truth, I didn't even know. But
Yeah, he played over an hour. He went on at about 7 o'clock and finished around 10 after 8 or so. So it was great to see him there. Carousel Club was packed. Great numbers.
Good.
So
it's an all
good day
around
all around.
successful day, and then the hits keep coming here. Tomorrow we've got not only 5 stakes races and the Holy Bull and some top 3-year-olds racing. We got a little bit of your taste of the track on, right?
We do. We have our first bourbon and barbecue. We do it twice a year. So first one is tomorrow. So far we're at about 275 tickets sold, which
Excellent.
is great.
You got great bourbon. You got to tell us your bourbons again.
Oh my God, the bourbon list is unbelievable. We have Angel's Envy. We have Widow Jane out of Brooklyn, believe it or not, from New York bourbon.
Yep.
We have Jefferson's will be here.
They're good. I had some last night
They're
at a
really
bar.
good.
Yeah.
It was so smooth.
I really like Jefferson's, quite honestly. I
Yeah.
love the Ocean. I think we're going to pour a bottle of that between 12 and 1 if you want to buy a VIP
The
ticket.
Jefferson's Ocean, the one they take out to sea, and the
See,
casks
for like 6
and-
to 9 months,
Right.
and the casks and so forth. Angel's Envy, Maker's Mark will be here. God, why am I drawing a blank?
And
But
you're gonna
they're
have
all, like,
pre-batch
name brand.
drinks, so some of the
Correct.
the old fashions
Yep.
and things like that.
Michter's.
Not Michter's. I should reach out to them. I love their brand as well. But we have Woodinville will be here. Bullet will be here. Bib and Tucker, Redemption Rye will
Bib
be
and
here.
Tucker is good.
Yeah, Redemption Rye will be here as well. So, like I say, for all these events, there's no handles. It's all like, we're not pouring the 1.75s that you could light on fire. We're pouring the good stuff, but we do the
That is
pre-batching.
really good.
We do the pre-batching of, quite honestly, the lower marks, the entry-level marks, got pre-batched into a cocktail. And then we sprinkle a few bottles for sampling neat that you can enjoy. That might be the rye version or it might be the 10-year version and so forth. We have a few bottles of surprise and delight.
So you've got the almost sold out. You're gonna cap it at what, like 350?
350 is the max. So
And still tickets available. How do the folks get that?
Sure, absolutely. You can go on our website, www.gulfstreampark.com, and then you'll click on the Taste of the Track events. You'll see the bourbon and barbecue event for tomorrow. Also, you'll see tacos and tequila for March 2nd. That'll be the next one on the Fountain of Youth Day. And then also have them at the door. We still have, it's $85 now for the VIP. We went up $10. Sorry, everybody. Price increase,
Price of bourbon is going
gone up.
bourbon.
Exactly. So
It's
VIP
still a great
is
deal.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
you could
I
definitely
mean,
drink your weight. Or I mean,
your way,
No,
not your
sorry.
weight.
Not my weight.
My Bev cost was getting scary there.
But you go down to some of these trendy enclaves, Las Olas or Atlantic Avenue and Delaware. Each drink of these high-end premium liquors is $20-$25 with the tip. So you have 3 of them here. You're already ahead of the game. So,
Yeah, it's $85 for the VIP. You'll get 1 hour in
Plus the
advance, and you get all the food too. I mean,
what do you got lined up for the barbecue?
Oh, we're gonna do all our in-house. We do our in-house smoked brisket. We have pulled pork. We'll have pulled chicken. We'll have some vegan options, which we learned from the last time around. I know. I had a couple people that tracked me down
and
and
made a face.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
but-
No, we gotta, make everybody happy and pleased.
Yeah.
But Ken, you're a barbecue guy. You want to come
I
out
am.
tomorrow, or you got plans? I'm gonna come out. I'm doing a little doubleheader. There's a cigar chili event in Weston later in the day, the Jason Taylor Foundation, that I agreed to be a judge and take part.
Nice.
So I have arranged for a designated driver because I'm going to be hammering the brown liquors all day because
There
they're
you
going to
go.
have some bourbons
And then the
cigars
cigar event.
later on,
Yeah,
about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
I had a really good Arturo Fuente on Saturday night after the day was done.
You are a stogie guy. I do like Arturo Fuente.
Did you have a triple X?
No, I did not. I had a torpedo for the event, but I didn't have the triple X.
Nice. All right, couple of cigar guys here. I used to smoke a lot of cigars in my youth. Now my indigestion and all that, but every once in a while, it's a beautiful thing.
See, we gave out some really nice little leather humidors with the Gulfstream Park logo for some of our VIPs and our box owners and stuff. And one happened to fall off the back of the truck and, ended up on my desk. I have no idea how, but
Didn't
that
one
was what I
fall off for
smoked.
me or him?
maybe by next week. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. All right, Joe. Well, fantastic job as usual. Looking forward to coming out for tomorrow's festivities. Great racing, great food and beverage, F&B, as they say in the business. And he is the master of food and beverage here at Gulfstream. Come on out. Again, tickets still available, gulfstreampark.com/events for tomorrow, or get ahead of the game and buy the tacos and tequila one. Going to be a month from now, and it's a quick month, February. How's that breakfast restaurant coming along?
Still on hold. Still, I think we're going to do a third party, so we'll know a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're going to go with a consultant local. That's a lot.
Say basta too much.
but I would like to plug one thing while we're talking about breakfast real quick. Is Saturday mornings for the next 6 weeks, we are doing a breakfast here at the first floor breezeway, $15, full buffet. And what we do is it opens at 7:30. By 8:30, we start doing tram tours around the track. So very great with the families,
with the kids,
kid friendly.
You go to the backside.
You go to the backside. Yeah, we load up one of those long trams like you see at Disney, and we take you out behind. You get to see the horses.
That's a great thing.
That's
ticketed event or just show up?
No, just show up 7:30 to 9:30.
Educate the young ones too.
Yeah,
correct. And you get to see the horses breezing in the morning and exercising and so forth. And then we have one of our ambassadors that will come out and talk a little about the history of the track and what the horses are doing, and then we'll load you up in the tram and take you for a backside tour.
That's great. It's again, if you got visitors, guests coming to town, family friendly. Again, the next 6 Saturdays from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Just show up downstairs, the breezeway on the first floor here at Gulfstream Park.
Correct.
Breakfast and a show. You get to check out all the
for
great
$15.
What more could you want?
I couldn't want anything more than that. That's maybe a winning ticket later in the day, but that's asking for too much. But Joe, once again, thanks for everything.
Pleasure.
Thanks,
Joe. Thank you, Mike.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Tony.
Let's
Pleasure.
go Knicks.
Excellent.
I'm going to say let's
go
Knicks.
Same here.
It's very unusual. It's like a topsy-turvy world. I was telling Defo. The Heat losing 7 in a row, the Knicks winning 9 in a row. What is going on?
It's crazy, but I always tell people the NBA, in my opinion, is better when the Knicks are good. And I tell you, there's something about New York City and the Knicks. I mean, you could say Yankee fans, Giants fans, Rangers fans, but when the Knicks are good, New York City is completely electric.
And to answer your question, Ken, it's hard because I went to school in Boston.
Well, they play in the city, so that helps it.
When you had, the Boston Garden in its heyday, when you had, the Bruins winning Stanley Cups and the Celtics winning NBA titles, and they had some boxing matches there. They had the Beanpot hockey tournament there. They have, some college basketball games there. So the old Garden to me holds a lot of history. But New York, everybody thinks it's the center of the universe. And of course, the Knicks, Rangers, might not be that much success in the last 50 years. Might not be that many people who like the Dolans and the people who own and operate the teams. But
For anybody who's seen one of his concerts on YouTube, very justifiably so.
I'm going to say if you have to factor in success of the home teams into the equation, I give the nod to the old Boston Garden or even the new Boston
Well,
Garden.
yeah,
Boston Garden
you
was
can't
great.
argue against the success rate of the Celtics. You can't argue against. All I'm saying is that, you know, as a building, again, the Madison Square Garden has also been the mecca of college basketball for like 60 years.
Yeah,
so
this
it's
is
not
true.
just the NBA and the Knicks.
As somebody
lack of
who's been a
historical
spectator
success.
and in the crowd for both at both arenas, and for Stanley Cup and for NBA Finals games in each building, they each have their own character. I mean, I'm a born and bred Brooklynite from New York. There is something magical and hair raising about when that building gets rocking.
Yeah, and Boston Garden is just as good.
Right.
Just as storied, just as historic as any other garden. You know, whether it's Madison Square Garden or the Bumfuck Garden, whatever it is. It's just still the same.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden has Spike Lee and Woody Allen, and the Boston Garden has Matt Affleck and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
So that's a total.
Wait,
he's rolling his eyes. We're gonna get out of here before we get in
I'll
trouble.
trump one more thing about the Madison Square Garden. Don't forget the Billy Joel residency.
Okay.
How many years strong now, right? There you go. I'm kidding.
New York. No, that's good. And they have
Non-sports
had
related.
big concerts, and so it's a toss-up. Could go money line, even money
Madison
on that one.
Yep.
All right.
Madison.
Let's get a kind word about we'll dismiss Joe. Have a great weekend, but I want to just give the kind words for our friends over at Batch, New Southern Kitchen and Tap in downtown Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway. We were in there last week. Kevin and crew took great care of us. They're really doing a good job. I mean, they have revamped the kitchen, the menu, scratch made kitchen, the jambalaya. We had it again.
Jambalaya.
That jambalaya, we had it again on the show. It was unbelievably excellent, along with the shrimp and grits. Cheesy grits, but not overly cheesy. And the shrimp, they cook the shrimp just like you guys do here at 10 Palms. Everything perfectly poached, not overcooked, not rubbery. Really good items there. And, of course, they have the Sunday brunch with all kinds of fantastic things like the fried chicken and waffles and skillets and eggs Benedict with also a spiced shrimp. Excellent stuff. And the bottomless cocktail options for those who are into that kind of thing. Great craft cocktails for $25 for all you care to sip on the Saturday and Sunday brunches. They're open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Go to batch.com, batchftl.com for more information. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Hard to believe.
Where did time go?
And I didn't give you the contest clues, but I did it in honor of Groundhog's Day. I wonder how many people will recognize the little curveball I threw in, even though you think it's easy.
Very easy.
If somebody wants extra credit and maybe an extra nod on the three components, tell me what seems familiar about this set of clues and this restaurant answer for this week's edition of the 10 Palms Brunch Contest. All right, that's going to do it. We'll see everybody again on Tuesday. Will be our next live show from Taco Craft in Fort Lauderdale. Wednesday, Grandpa's in Dania Beach, home of the great bagels and other deli. Thursday, we're going to be at Even Keel Fish Shack, the original location, Lauderdale by the Sea. And then next Friday, back here at Gulfstream Park. How did I get so lucky? Actually, made a life out of this, going around all these great restaurants and eating. Joe Beja, fantastic job as usual. For Jeff DeForrest, Tony Segreto, Ron Nicoletti, so great to see him back in the saddle.
Yes.
And Ken the Professor. It's Mike Mayo saying, enjoy every sandwich. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, everybody.
Bye, everybody. I love Groundhog Day, too.